In an even game, winning one pawn, being up by one pawn, is often enough to win the whole game. By using the X-ray attack as a weapon, we can also use it defensively to see what our opponent is up to. And so the X-ray means that wherever the pieces are, the influence of their pieces are attacking. I mean, here the bishop is attacking the pawn. There's no X-ray here. There aren't any pieces in between. But if we look at White's bishop here, we see that the influence of the bishop extends all the way through the path that it can take, whether or not there are pieces in the way. So we see that this bishop is indirectly attacking this knight, X-raying this knight, and also X-raying this knight. So we could say that these knights are being attacked once, indirectly at least, by this bishop. And we see that the knight is defended by this bishop once, and this rook is defended once. This knight is defended once by this rook. As the attacker, you want to continue to build pressure, and that is to bring more pieces into the attack. So from the black perspective, from the defensive perspective, let's look at what White can do to bring another attacker into play here to help this bishop. So pause the video and look for an offensive move for White. And these are the things you should be doing in your game before you move, is to see what is already being attacked directly and indirectly through X-rays, and then see how your opponent might be able to build on that attack, so that you can determine whether to play offensively or defensively, try and develop a counterattack, or try and alleviate the pressure. So look for a way that White can build on this. So pause the video. Okay, you may have seen little guy harassing big guy here, but the knight can run. He can just run here, and there could be a trade. The other move you should have seen is bringing the queen into play here. And that's what White does, and now the queen is attacking both knights once as well. The X-ray is part of the magic that professionals and great players use to plan an attack. So right now, Black needs to be very, very careful, because it doesn't take very long for the bishop and queen's power to be realized. Only the knight has to move, and both pieces are now being attacked. It's difficult to come up with a good plan, a good way for Black to remove this pressure, to get out of this dilemma. And Black does see that he's in a dilemma, and he moves his knight here, attacking this knight. And rather than capture this knight, White chooses to retreat the white knight, and now the pressure on this knight is rather strong. This knight has no squares he can run to. He can't run here because it's defended by this pawn, and his own pieces are blocking his retreat here. Black needs to try something, and perhaps the queen here, defending the knight twice. But I don't know if that works. We'd have to analyze that further. But he chooses to move the queen to give an escape square for the knight here. Now let's shift perspectives and look at the position from the white side. And this is something you should try to do in your own games. It will allow you to see moves that you might not have seen otherwise. So now let's get offensive here and see if we can figure out a way of taking advantage of this situation of the bishop X-raying the knight and the queen already attacking it. You see that it's only defended once by the bishop. I've given you too many clues now. The experienced players will know already. And remember what I said at the beginning of this video. Being up by one pawn is often enough, and winning a pawn is an important thing to do if you can. So pause the video, and for the less experienced players, and see a way of capitalizing on this situation. So pause the video. Okay, Sacrifice is an important part of the game, and sacrificing, being able to see sacrifices, allowing them, doing them, will allow you to win material. And we see that when the knight moves, this knight will be attacked twice, once by the bishop and the queen. So white does indeed gain material here. White captures a pawn, and it's defended by a pawn that you see here, and that it's a sacrifice. But he wins a pawn. Black captures, and now white captures the bishop captures the knight, and the bishop could have recaptured, but he chooses to do a Chicago way move and attack the queen, because now you realize he is down a pawn. And all things being equal, when you are down in material, you should not continue to trade, because eventually your opponent will, after everything is traded, he'll be up one extra pawn or piece. So by using the X-ray attack, capitalizing on the fact that he was attacking something through other pieces, and then building on that, white was able to win a pawn. You should look for this in your games.